step just a little bit.
I was standing there with my leg up. We make sure that they're here.
I'll go check.
Thanks. They weren't here.
Of course, I just swallowed my water bottle. Actually, I'm behind my seat.
You should start coughing.
Now it's making me nervous.
Fine, dude. Pretty good. Here, break a leg. Literally.
No, I said that was so good. So good.
We had like, one, I got like seafood, and they all kept saying, "Are you okay?" And then you said that, and it made me think like, okay.
We told her she's gonna see them through the microphone, you know, shaking the walls of the church, all the bass. So I'm right here.
Yes.
Where are you?
And then right
Ready?
here.
Take the seat. Can I have your attention, please? Can everyone take their seats?
Yep.
Good.
Yep, they're on stage.
Nice.
Last time I remember I stood between you guys, and I got stuck in it.
Like, we were like, move.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain seated and withhold your applause as we present to you the graduates of the 232nd Basic Academy. The training division is very proud to present to you Class 232. Good evening. I'm excited to welcome all of you to the 232nd Basic Academy graduation. My name is Randy German. I am the captain of the Sheriff's Frank Bland Regional Training Center. The video you watched earlier was from the morning of March 27th, 2023. 73 trainees met for the first time. What you see here tonight are 60 of them who overcame obstacles, stayed committed, and worked together as a team to stand before you. I know I speak for all of them when I say thank you for your support over the last 6 months. Without you, they would not be here tonight. I would ask that you stand with me as I invite lead pastor Steve Garcia from Sunrise Church to offer the invocation.
Well, good evening, everyone. We're so thrilled that you have chosen to be here on this momentous occasion. And as my name is Steve Garcia, I'm the lead pastor here. And on most Sundays, I'm standing on this stage and preaching a sermon. And sometimes in the back of my head, I wonder, is this going to be the Sunday that someone loses their mind and tries to rush the stage and cause some harm? And I can say without reservation, this is the safest I have ever felt up here. But we are so thrilled that you're here. It's really an honor for us to be able to host this event. You know, as a church, we feel very lucky to live in a city with a team as awesome as the Rialto PD. Not to say all of you aren't great. We're a little bit biased to the Rialto PD because these are the men and women we've worked the closest with. And they have come to our aid time and time again. Many of them did an active shooter training with our staff that was incredible. We've been able to serve side by side in community outreaches. And so we just want all of you to know that as a church, we stand with you and we're thankful for you. And of course, if you don't have a church home, you're more than welcome to come here. In fact, many of you will be here this Sunday as we're honoring first responders. The only downside is you have to share a stage with firefighters. So I don't know if that's a deal breaker, but in all seriousness, you and your family are most welcome here. I just want to read you a Bible verse, say a prayer, and then get out of the way. This is from the Old Testament. This is Proverbs 21:15. It says, "When justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous, but terror to evildoers." And as enforcers of the law, as agents of justice, when you do your job well, it produces joy for those of us obeying the law, for those of us submitting to authority. Because God is a God of justice. And so every time that you protect human life or de-escalate a conflict or comfort someone who's hurting or serve the community or sacrifice for the greater good, you're actually reflecting God himself. And we get to be the recipients of that joy. But I also don't need to remind you that there are evildoers out there. You know that all too well. But there's terror coming their way. And I know that many of you are placed in impossibly hard situations and have to make hard decisions. And I, for one, am thankful that you are standing in the gap. And so please keep pursuing justice because we are the recipients of your hard work. Can I pray for us? God, thank you so much for these men and women in this room, on this stage. We thank you for what they represent. Lord, we know that a society without law implodes into chaos. So we're so thankful for these men and women and what they represent and what they pursue. And I pray that you keep them safe, keep them disciplined. Lord, we pray for their families. God, we pray that they would have a sense of peace when spouses and moms and dads and sons and daughters walk out the door and do their job. Lord, I pray for these officers. God, I pray that you not just keep them safe physically, but safe mentally too. Lord, protect them from cynicism as they often deal with subsets of the community that are mentally ill and difficult and looking to cause harm, Lord. And I pray that you help them to stay focused and to not lose heart and to continue to love and serve and protect. Father, I just pray that this night, everyone here feels so honored, but also, Lord, for us to realize our lives are in your hands. Ultimately, our lives are in your hands, and so we acknowledge you, Lord. And I pray every heart in here tonight acknowledges you as our Lord and our only hope. That's in Christ Jesus we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Garcia. Please remain standing as we honor our nation's flag. Sergeant Randy Knockin, present the colors. Please place your right hand over your heart and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Our Basic Academy program is hosted by the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and the San Bernardino Valley College. However, there are a number of special guests here tonight who support us in what we do, and I would like to recognize them now. Representing the San Bernardino County Superior Court, Assistant Presiding Judge Lisa Rogan. Representing the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors, 3rd District, Don Rao. Representing the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors, 5th District, Joe Baca Jr. Representing the Barstow Police Department, Captain Christopher Kirby. Representing the Chino Police Department, Chief Kevin Minson. Representing the Corona Police Department, Chief Robert Newman. Representing the Fontana Police Department, Chief Michael Dorsey. Representing the Hemet Police Department, Chief Eddie Poost. Representing the Irwindale Police Department, Chief Christopher Hofford. Representing the Monrovia Police Department, Captain Sarah Covarrubias. Representing the Ontario Police Department, Chief Mike Lorenz. Representing the Pomona Police Department, Deputy Chief Christian Sue. Representing the Redlands Police Department, Chief Rachel Tolber. Representing the Riverside Police Department, Chief Larry Gonzalez. Representing the San Bernardino Police Department, Chief Darren Goodman. Representing the West Covina Police Department, Acting Chief Tony Cortina. Representing San Bernardino Valley College, Academy Co-Director Paul Dennis. Representing the California Commission on Peace Officer Standard and Training, the Regional Manager for our Academy, Senior Consultant Matthew Odine. Representing Sheriff's Council, Council Member Ayad Fargo. We would like to ask the members of the San Bernardino County Grand Jury to stand to be recognized. Representing the Office of the Sheriff of San Bernardino County, Shannon Dykes. Under Sheriff Horace Boatwright. Assistant Sheriff Sam Fisk. Assistant Sheriff Richard Bessinger. And the Sheriff's executive staff. Lastly, I would like to introduce the Academy tactical staff who are directly involved in the daily activities at Class 232. From the Fontana Police Department, Guest Tactical Officer, Officer Paul Beltran. From the San Bernardino Police Department, Guest Tactical Officer, Officer Marjason Maestre. Deputy Elizabeth Gonzalez. Deputy Jacob Fisk. Corporal David McDermott. Corporal Jeremy Spinney. Corporal Alicia Hoffman. And Corporal Walt Peraza. I would also like to thank San Bernardino and Fontana Police Departments for providing us with guest tactical officers. Like I mentioned, it was 6 months ago Class 232 lined up in formation at the training center, having little to no idea of what challenges they were going to face over the next 24 weeks. But what we do know is they all had the same goal in mind, to begin a career in law enforcement. Throughout their academy experience, they learned that law enforcement is more than just enforcing laws. It is doing the right things for the right reasons when no one is looking. It is being involved with our communities, protecting and serving people, treating others with respect. It is being there to comfort those in their greatest time of need. Tonight, we celebrate the success of 60 graduates who successfully achieved their class motto, strong and true. And now here to tell you more about the Basic Academy and what the graduating class had to accomplish to get here, the director of the Academy, Lieutenant Matthew Collins.
Thank you, Captain. Good evening. The primary mission of Basic Academy training is to prepare students mentally, morally, and physically to advance into a field training program, assume the responsibilities, and execute the duties of a peace officer on society. Since 1973, the Frank Bland Regional Training Center has produced thousands of the best trained law enforcement officers in the state of California. In this graduating class, there are officers and deputies from 14 different law enforcement agencies. Over the past 6 months, they received training on 42 different learning domains from nearly 100 different experts and evaluators. In the classroom, they covered topics such as patrol tactics, gangs, investigations, evidence, criminal law, ethics, leadership, cultural awareness, and community policing. They had to apply the information they learned in the classroom to practical scenarios. These scenarios simulate real-life situations and problems they will have to handle and solve as law enforcement officers. Aside from the academic portion, the Basic Academy program consists of 2 additional components: skills and physical training. The skills component requires the trainees to be proficient in defensive tactics, firearms, and emergency vehicle operations. The physical training component requires the trainees to successfully complete a rigorous and diverse physical fitness program designed to increase their strength, endurance, speed, and agility. The goal of our program is to instill the idea of lifetime fitness into each trainee. In addition to the obvious physical benefits, the Lifetime Fitness program also reinforces the values of teamwork, perseverance, overcoming adversity, and the mindset of never, ever giving up. Our Basic Academy program is run by an elite group of tactical officers that possess the talent and commitment to train the future of law enforcement. They are mentors for the trainees and administer our Academy's structured discipline program. Beginning on day 1, the trainees learn there are no excuses, and each of them are responsible and accountable for the class's successes and failures. It is this added stress which helps develop them into professional law enforcement officers who can handle the pressure and demands of this chosen career. The tactical officers demand excellence in everything the trainees do. They hold them accountable to our Academy's motto: look, act, and be professional. So after completing the skills component, the physical training component, comprehensive exams covering 18 different learning domains, a first aid and CPR exam, and a report writing exam, I am proud to say the graduates of Class 232 have met all academic requirements. Great job and congratulations. At this time, I would like to invite to the podium Paul Dennis, the co-director from San Bernardino Valley College, to give us a more detailed understanding of the Academy's academic program.
Thank you, Lieutenant Collins, and good evening. On behalf of the San Bernardino Community College District Board of Trustees, Chancellor Diana Rodriguez, and San Bernardino Valley College Interim President Dr. Linda Fontanilla, I extend my congratulations to the graduates of Class 232 and to all the families that are here celebrating this occasion with us this evening. To the men and women of this graduating class, I commend you for your perseverance, your determination, and your commitment. I know all too well that the journey was not simple, but you made it, and for that, we applaud you. The partnership between San Bernardino Valley College and the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department has existed for over 5 decades. This partnership does so much to serve our community by providing outstanding educational pathways for so many law enforcement professionals throughout our region. All of tonight's graduates have successfully completed 24 weeks of intensive training and have received 36.5 community college units, 12 of which are transferable to the California State University system and can be used towards a 4-year degree. Despite the demands of your chosen profession, I encourage all of you to continue your college education and commit to being lifelong learners. To succeed professionally, higher education often provides the edge that will allow you to keep pace with the ever-changing competitive environment that we live in. It's been my professional experience that when applying for promotions or specialized assignments, higher education assists in opening doors for you that would be otherwise quite difficult to open. Each of you should be extremely proud of your successful completion of this outstanding academy. I assure you, everyone here that's celebrating this evening with you is very proud of your accomplishments. Stay true to the lessons learned, and all the best to each and every one of you as you embark on your law enforcement career. May God bless each of you, and please, in everything you do, be safe. It's my pleasure now to introduce to you a video that's going to take you on a journey of the last 24 weeks of your loved one. So please tune your eyes to the screen and see what they have endured over the last 24 weeks.
Going to lie. I should
take great pride in introducing you to a 31-year veteran of law enforcement and a proud graduate of the 106th session of our Basic Academy, the sheriff of our great county, Shannon Dykes.
Folks, I have the honor tonight of introducing our guest speaker. But before that, I want to give a message to all of you. The graduates tonight, not everybody gets to have these seats. And the reason they're in these seats is largely because of you. When I swear a new deputy sheriff in, I remind them that we stand on your shoulders. And I would like all of them to give you applause tonight because you are the reason they're here. Let's go, class. Also, I want you all to know that the other thing I remind them is they now have the means to move out of your basement and out of your potential man caves and mom caves. And I told them that we're all partnered in that, so we got you. So as I said earlier, I'm very proud to introduce tonight's guest speaker. And when we talk about her, I got to tell you, she's absolutely an amazing person, and she is the type of person you certainly want representing you as citizens in this county. She's a Southern California native. She was appointed to the Board of Supervisors in December of 2018. And in March of 2020, she was overwhelmingly reelected by her constituents and began her first 4-year term on the Board of Supervisors in December of 2020. In January of 2023, she was unanimously elected by her colleagues to serve as our chair of the Board of Supervisors. As a county supervisor, she's focused on making San Bernardino County a business-friendly environment, improving the infrastructure, and in strengthening public safety. And folks, these are not words. She almost has single-handedly assisted me in adding 63 deputy sheriffs throughout this entire county. She's also an off-road enthusiast. She's very active in promoting recreation on our public lands. And prior to joining the Board of Supervisors, she served as a member of the town council in Yucca Valley from 2010 to 2014. She's a proud mom of 2 children, Blake, a graduate of Seton Hall University, and Caitlin, who was recently graduated from the University of Southern California. Folks, please give a warm round of applause for our 3rd District Supervisor, Don Rao.
Thank you, Sheriff. It is truly a joy to be here tonight to celebrate our graduates, their accomplishment, and your support of their accomplishment. I would really like to give our graduates something to think about tonight. To all of you here, I know it's been an awful long 24 weeks in the making, and the fun is tonight in our celebration, and the work will begin. So I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. This is a career, but it's really a calling. And when you have a calling, you do it for a reason, and I call it your why. So I would challenge each of you tonight to do 3 things. To really dig deep and figure out what your why is. It could be that you're a legacy member of law enforcement, you have someone in your family that served. It could be that you had an experience as a young person that really had a positive interaction with law enforcement and you felt called to serve. Whatever your why is, I implore you, dig deep. Remember it, so find it, remember it, and communicate it. And here's why. The work will begin when you're out on the streets. And as we heard the pastor say tonight, with justice comes joy. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but on this earth, and as a woman of faith, we do not always find justice on this earth. So you will have the moments where you are super frustrated and you will need to find the reason that you're here tonight and serving, and that you've gone through this arduous task of becoming a graduate and serving in our communities. In today's day and age, you will be faced with things on the streets that will really challenge you. When you go back, remember what is your why, and why are you here? Why are you doing this? And that will help ground you. It will help you persevere through those very difficult times when you perhaps can't find the justice that we all seek here on this earth. And I will tell you, in today's law enforcement, you are going to be challenged with things like have never before faced our law enforcement community, and you will really need to remember your why. I have a personal story on why I will tell you it's important to communicate the reasons why you're serving to your family. My late husband was a Marine Corps officer. He served for 18 years active duty, both enlisted and an officer. He deployed to Iraq on his second deployment in 2004, and before he deployed to that combat theater of operations, his battalion commander brought all the families in, and we sat in a theater approximately this size in 29 Palms, and we sat next to our spouses, and the battalion commander said, "Look to your left and look to your right. One of you will not come home." And I thought it was a scare tactic by that commander. I was pretty squared away as a Marine wife, had been doing it for so long. This is things that we just endure as Marine spouses. I thought I was prepared for the worst. 2 weeks later, I received the knock on the door from the casualty assistance officer that my husband had been killed in combat. I knew his why. I knew why he served. I knew why he felt proud to be in combat in Iraq. I knew his mission. I knew to the core being of his soul why he did what he did, and it enabled me to be proud of his service, to not be angry or frustrated with the Marine Corps or the administration. It allowed me to teach it to my kids so that they had the lessons and understood what their dad served so proudly for. And it really helped me through the journey of my grief and healing. And so to communicate your reasons why will be equally as important to your family, to your children, your future children, and really, really think about it today, carry it with you for those troubling times in the future, and to share it with your family, because there will be long nights, there will be long days when you don't come home, or when you come home, you're frustrated, you can't communicate it. Maybe they won't understand, but if they know your why and why you serve, they will understand at least why you're doing what you're doing, and that is the best gift that you can give them. And you will need their support, so I implore you, dig deep tonight and in the weeks ahead and really find the reason that you're called to serve and what motivates you, because you will draw back to it time and time again, and your families will benefit. So on behalf of the entire County Board of Supervisors, I congratulate you, I celebrate you, we support you. Know that we know you're doing a very tough job. We have your backs out there, and if there's ever anything that you need from us, we stand as your partners. So congratulations tonight.
Thank you, Supervisor Rao. And now Corporal Peraza will share with you some of the accomplishments of Class 232.
Thank you, Captain. Good evening. Our training center recognizes the importance of balancing family, career, and community in law enforcement officers' lives. In order to help keep that balance, our Academy offers a family support program. Our program offers spouses and family members an orientation class to give the family members of our trainees a glimpse of Academy life and their transition into their law enforcement careers. We also encourage the trainees to become actively involved in the communities they will be serving. In the past 6 months, Class 232 participated in numerous community and charity events. The class organized a 5K run and raised $2,640 for Police Officer Brandy Jones from the Rialto Police Department to assist with some medical expenses. And Officer Jones was a recent graduate of Class 226. The class also participated in a memorial football tournament and donated $1,500 to the Southern California Concerns of Police Survivors in honor of Sergeant Dominic Baca. The class participated in the Sheriff's Department Mud Run and donated $2,205 to the Cannonball Memorial Run. Class 232 collected and donated over $2,000 in toys and gift cards for the Children's Assessment Center to be given to children who have been victims of abuse. The class donated nearly $1,000 to the Micah House and Redlands Police Department Back to School Night. They built community relations by putting together fun games and activities for risk youth. Finally, the class organized a charity cornhole tournament to raise money for their chosen nonprofit organization, A Better Way. A Better Way has been a mission to transform lives affected by domestic violence. They offer classes, sheltering, temporary restraining order support, and domestic violence advocacy. Here are Deputy Angelica Marufo and Officer Gavin Foley to present a check in the amount of $7,000 to Yolanda Roberts, Program Director, and Anita Gomez, Community Outreach Coordinator of A Better Way. Before moving on to the other awards, I want to take a moment to recognize the exceptional performance of Class 232 as a whole. This class of 60 graduates were able to come together as a team, unite for the better of good of their communities, and raise a substantial amount of money for charity. You should all be very proud. Over the course of the past 24 weeks, Class 232 has raised nearly $17,000 for charity. While all the graduates deserve recognition, a few of the trainees have distinguished themselves through exceptional performance and will receive special achievement awards. Recognizing the difficulty of our academic program, the first achievement award is presented to the student whose academic average was the highest in the class. This trainee's total academic average was 96.42%. The award is presented to Officer Carson Larrick, Redlands Police Department. The next award is the Tactical Officers Award. This award is presented by tactical staff to the trainee they feel put forth the greatest amount of effort and reflected the highest degree of commitment. This award is based on perseverance and motivation. The award is presented to Deputy Andy Itzcoy Zavala, San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. The next award is the Physical Fitness Award. This award is given to the trainee who arrived at the academy physically prepared and excelled in physical training sessions, as well as physical fitness assessment and testing. The award is presented to Deputy Edward Canada, San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. Our next award is given for outstanding proficiency in firearms training. Each trainee fired close to 3,000 rounds from their handgun, rifle, and shotgun. Many of the shooting exercises required target accuracy under strict time constraints. This trainee excelled in speed and accuracy during daily drills, shooting competitions, and timed exams. This graduate had the highest rank scores in the class, achieving a perfect score of 100%. The award is presented to Officer Daniel Dominguez, Riverside Police Department. The next award is the John M. Futch Community Law Enforcement Leader Scholarship, given by SEBA. This scholarship is in memory of John M. Futch, Jr., a retired police officer and educator who played a vital role in civic engagement, awareness, and advocacy. This trainee was chosen by the SEBA Scholarship Committee as a future leader who will proudly represent Mr. Futch's legacy to community service. Here to present the award are Sheriff Shannon Dykes and SEBA President Grant Ward. The award is presented to Deputy Angelica Marufo, San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. The next award, the Honor Graduate, is given to the trainee whose overall grades in all aspects of the Academy program make them #1 in the class. While this trainee may not have been rated as a top achiever in all categories, their combined scores in academics, physical training, firearms, scenario exercises make them #1 overall. The award is presented to Officer Kevin Ross, Chino Police Department. The Honor Graduate Award includes a special presentation by the Sheriff's Council. The Sheriff Council is comprised of community members dedicated to support our department, its members, its training, and our law enforcement mission. This presentation will be made by Mr. Ayad Fargo.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of the Sheriff's Academy, I most sincerely congratulate you. It's my honor to make this presentation on behalf of the San Bernardino Sheriff's Council. The Sheriff's Council is a group of professional business and community leaders who come together to promote, support, and sponsor the goals of the Sheriff's Department and law enforcement activities in our county. Our council members dedicate their time, resources, and supporting the law enforcement mission. Throughout your career, there will be many instances when support from your extended family in the community will be extremely important to you. We commit to pledge that support and let you know that we are here when you need us. On behalf of the San Bernardino Sheriff's Council members, it is my pleasure to present this gift of a new Ruger Vigero 357-38 Special stainless steel revolver to Officer Kevin Ross, Chino Police Department.
Thank you, Mr. Fargo and Sheriff Council. The final award is given to the president of the graduating class. This trainee is chosen by their classmates as representing the professional demeanor and characteristics necessary for a successful law enforcement career. The class president is also responsible for giving the student address. The award is presented to Officer Kevin Ross, Chino Police Department.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, family, friends, and loved ones. My name is Officer Kevin Ross of the Chino Police Department, and it is an honor to stand here before you as a 232nd Academy Sessions Class Sergeant. I would like to start by thanking my father, Kevin Ross, my mother, Lori Ross, and my wife, Cristo Perez Ross. Mom and Dad, thank you for pouring your beings into molding me into the man that I have become. Without your love, guidance, and support throughout my entire life, I would not be standing here today. To my wife, thank you for being my rock and supporting me throughout the last several years. You are my better half, and my success at this academy is largely due to your love and understanding, coupled with a desire to continue building a life worthy of having you in it. I would also like to thank the rest of the members of my family and friends in attendance tonight who are here supporting me. That being said, on behalf of the men and women seated on this stage today, I would like to extend a similar sentiment to the family, friends, and loved ones in the audience. You are the reason why we choose to do what we do, and thanks to your love and support, we are able to stand here today as the graduating class. Next, I would like to thank Chino Police Department's retired Chief, Wes Simmons, for giving me the opportunity to wear the Chino badge. I hope that me standing here today is a small testament of how thankful I am to have been given this opportunity. To Chief Kevin Menson, sir, I'm very excited to get the opportunity to work for you, and I hope that my standing here, excuse me, let me reset that, yeah. I plan to bring the same level of dedication and commitment that I've demonstrated here at the Academy. Thank you to the rest of the members of the Chino Police Department in attendance here tonight, including members of the training, administrative, and professional standard staff. I was welcomed into the department with the utmost professionalism and courtesy, and I knew from the moment that I made my first call that Chino is where I wanted to be. Now I would like to thank the Sheriff of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Shannon Dykes. Sir, thank you and your staff for allowing us to attend one of the nation's top law enforcement academies. I would also like to thank the Academy's tactical and range staff for providing us with the foundation and fundamentals to become competent law enforcement officers. Your tireless dedication and long hours spent molding us into officers and deputies worthy of carrying our respective departments' names have not gone unnoticed or unappreciated. Your thorough instruction, willingness to impart lessons hard learned, and a desire to see us succeed is what has led us to this stage. It is my hope that one day, should you look over your shoulder in a time of need, you are relieved to see that it is a member of Class 232 coming your way. Lastly, I would like to thank the members of Class 232 who made it possible for me to lead the 60 officers and deputies seated before you. My administrative officer, Officer Martinez, our class guide-on, Officer Guerrero, and my squad leaders, Officer Solis, Officer Arakawa, Officer Zedeker, Officer Gonzalez, Officer X, Officer Herod, Officer Golightly, and Deputy Bollinger. Approximately 6 months ago, a group of individuals from various backgrounds and experiences arrived to face difficult academic standards, grueling PT sessions in the quad, and seemingly never-ending runs throughout the hills surrounding the academy. In the face of adversity, we banded together and rose to the myriad of challenges before us. Class 232, look around, soak in this moment, because it will forever be a reminder of the hard work and dedication it took to earn the badges that are on our chests. Whenever I speak to somebody about joining law enforcement in the year 2023, I usually get the response something like, bad time to be a cop. I've heard this from civilians and both current and former law enforcement alike. While I do agree that the national climate as it pertains to law enforcement is generally negative, I strongly believe that is what makes it the perfect time to join. There is a nationwide demand for change and accountability. Most take to the comments of social media sections and online forums to voice their concerns about a need for change, only for their words to drown in a never-ending sea of text and video feeds and become lost to the annals of the internet. The 60 people with me on this stage have decided to do more than just talk about change. Former President Barack Obama once said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time." We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. We desire to be that change and have taken the first steps in a long journey to help bridge the gaps that have been left behind by the few amongst our ranks that have only sought to sully the badge and what it stands for. The badge represents the community's faith in law enforcement and our oath to uphold that trust. We desire to be what our communities expect of us, all while performing our duties and serving with dignity and respect. We have crossed an important milestone in our careers today, but this is only the beginning. Earning the right to wear the badge is only the first step. Now, we have an obligation to deserve keeping it. The real challenges start now. Each day will bring new situations and encounters that have the opportunity to help us grow and make us stronger, but they also have the ability to slowly break us down. That slow erosion can make even the most noble person corrode over time if it's not addressed in a healthy way. Remember the lessons that we learned from reading The Emotional Survival for Law Enforcement. If you forgot the lesson, it's $9.95 on Amazon. Go buy it, reread it, and then go ahead and write a 5-page memo addressed to your tax staff officer about it. Of course, I'm kidding about the last part. But lean on your partners, mentors, and supervisors for help and guidance. Remember that we are human too. We need to rely on our support systems for help when the weight of the world and the job become too heavy. We have been given the fundamentals here, but it is up to us as individuals to maintain and develop healthy habits in both our personal and professional lives. Do not let the physical fitness that we've achieved here also fall by the wayside. Being physically fit will only aid us in our ability to do our jobs properly and prevent burnout. Class 232, thank you for putting your trust in me and allowing me to experience one of the Academy's most valued traditions. It has been an honor and a privilege serving as your class sergeant. Let us face the future with heads unbowed, all while manifesting a desire to overcome the obstacles in our path. Thank you for your time.
Corporal Peraza, prepare the class for graduation. It is now my pleasure to introduce Chief Eddie Poost from the Hemet Police Department, who will administer the Code of Ethics.
Good evening, Class 232. It's a pleasure and an honor to stand before you today, being that I too graduated from this fine academy, Class 125. See you guys out there. Still alive and kicking. Class 232. A profession in law enforcement is a commitment in the service of others. It is a commitment to justice and serving the greater good. On duty and off duty, you will hold the responsibility to protect those around you. Your ethical conduct, which will encompass respect, honesty, responsibility, fairness, caring, trustworthiness, greatly impacts public trust. 24 weeks ago today, you began your journey into this honorable profession. You received your first class in training, which addressed the basic principles of law enforcement. This included Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. As you're about to graduate, we ask that you dedicate yourself to these ideals that you're about to affirm. Ready? Class, begin.
As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all, maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others, honest in thought and deed, in both my personal and official life. I will be exemplary in obeying the laws of the land and the regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of confidential nature, or that's confided to me in my official capacity, will be kept ever secret, unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and with relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as a public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of the police service. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement.
Class 232, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
That I will be ever faithful.
That I will be ever faithful.
To the precepts embodied.
To the precepts embodied.
In the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics.
In the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, and I can say on behalf of everybody in the audience, your loved ones and family, we are honored and proud of you. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Chief Boost. I will now turn the program over to Corporal Alicia Hoffman, who will present the graduates.
Good evening. Before we get started, I'd like to ask the members who will be assisting with the presentations to make their way to the right side of the stage. And when your name is called, please come on stage. It is now my honor to introduce the graduates of Class 232. Our first graduate is a member of the Barstow Police Department, and Captain Christopher Kirby will make the presentation. Officer Nicholas Alva. Our next graduate is a member of the Chino Police Department, and Police Chief Kevin Menson will make the presentation. Deputy Nathan Rodriguez from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is a cousin of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was a Class K-9 handler, Officer Christopher Rivera. This graduate was a class sergeant, Officer Kevin Ross. Our next graduate is a member of the Corona Police Department, and Police Chief Robert Newman will make the presentation. Sergeant Jeffrey Glenn from the Corona Police Department is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was the leader of Squad 7, Officer Nolan Golightly. Officer Carlos Orozco. Our next graduates are members of the Fontana Police Department, and Police Chief Michael Dorsey will make the presentations. This graduate was Class Administrative Officer, Officer Angel Martinez. Corporal Daniel Solis from the Buena Park Police Department is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was the leader of Squad 1, Officer Steve Solis. Our next graduate is a member of the Hemet Police Department, and Police Chief Eddie Poost will make the presentation. This graduate was the leader of Squad 6, Officer Kevin Herod, Jr. Officer Jonathan Peace. Officer Samantha Briseno from the Westminster Police Department is the sister of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Jesse Polito. Officer Anthony Tornero. Our next graduates are members of the Irwindale Police Department, and Police Chief Christopher Hofford will make the presentations. Deputy Christopher Penaloza from the Collin County Sheriff Department is the brother of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Alberto Penaloza, Jr. Our next graduate is a member of the Monrovia Police Department, and Captain Sarah Covarrubias will make the presentation. Officer Anthony Kingan from the Laverne Police Department is a cousin of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Mateo Alvarez. Our next graduate is a member of the Ontario Police Department, and Police Chief Mike Lorenz will make the presentation. Retired Detective Gil Arakawa from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the father of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was a leader of Squad 2, Officer Jake Arakawa. Officer Nicholas Barton. Deputy Joseph Rodriguez from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the husband of the next graduate and will assist with that presentation. Officer Marissa Rodriguez. Our next graduate is a member of the Pomona Police Department, and Deputy Chief Christian Sue will make the presentation. This graduate was leader of Squad 5, Officer Jeremy X. Officer Jacqueline Gonzalez. Our next graduate is a member of the Redlands Police Department, and Police Chief Rachel Tolbert will make the presentation. This graduate was the class treasurer, Officer Gavin Foley. Officer Carson Larrick. Officer Edward Tarbell. Officer Matthew Whiteley. Our next graduates are members of the Riverside Police Department, and Police Chief Larry Gonzalez will make the presentations. Officer Daniel Dominguez. This graduate was a class guidon bearer, Officer Jonathan Guerrero. Officer Karen Christensen from the Riverside Police Department is the wife of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Edgar Plazola. This graduate was the leader of Squad 3, Officer Sean Zedeker. Our next graduates are members of the San Bernardino Police Department, and Police Chief Darren Goodman will make the presentation. Officer Miguel Amaya. Officer Angie Cortez. Officer Kyle Ferguson. This graduate was the leader of Squad 4, Officer Carlos Gonzalez. Officer Jason Coleman from the Fullerton Police Department is the brother-in-law of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Steve Wilcox. Our next graduate is a member of the West Covina Police Department, and Acting Police Chief Tony Cortina will make the presentation. Officer Nicholas Beck. Our next graduates are members of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, and Sheriff Shannon Dykes will make the presentations. Deputy Justin Andrews. Deputy Sergio Avila Corona. Deputy Felipe Rivera from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was the leader of Squad 8, the best squad. Deputy Mark Ballinger, Jr. Deputy Ashley Campos Martinez. Deputy Alvaro Suarez Lopez from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is a cousin of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Edward Canada. Deputy Jose Carbajal. Officer Barrett Covington from the Valverde School Police Department is the father of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Ethan Covington. Deputy Matthew Feldman from the Riverside County Sheriff's Department is the father of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Bailey Feldman. Deputy Christian Gilbert. Deputy Jasmine Godinez. Deputy Indy Ixcoy Zavala. Retired Deputy Robert Perez from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is the stepfather of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was the class charity coordinator, Deputy Angelica Marufo. Deputy Elijah McKee. Deputy Jesse Molina. Deputy Abubakar Musa. Deputy Alejandra Nieto. Deputy Gabriela Ochoa. Deputy Ivan Palma. Deputy Michelle Peraza. Retired Assistant Fire Chief Colin Bell from the Federal Fire Ventura County Fire and Rescue is the grandfather of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Tyler Ragland. Deputy Destiny Razzo. Lieutenant David Infante from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Carlos Rocha, Jr. Deputy Daisy Ruiz. Deputy Daryl Santos. Deputy Isaac Solis Flores. Deputy Owen Tedja. Retired Corporal Brayton Thomas from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the stepfather of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Hunter Voxen. Deputy Christopher Wingard.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain seated as the graduates prepare for their final formation and dismissal. Following their dismissal, we ask that you meet your graduate outside. This will conclude our ceremony. Thank you for your attendance and have a great evening.
This is your badge. It was lifeless, made of metal. A dye has stamped it from rough stock, shaped it in traditional design, and inscribed the word police. It has been plated and polished, sold for profit. Now it is yours. It is a symbol of Americanism. It is law, order, justice, and freedom. It is the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, E pluribus unum, the Pledge of Allegiance. The badge lives. It is a courageous defender. Brave, noble, wise, and strong. It laughs and cries, knows fear and tragedy. It represents fairness, honesty, dependability. Possession of it transforms you from citizen to sentinel, guardian of the safety and welfare of others. Display it with dignity, wear it with pride. Stand tall behind it, defend its principles, emulate the qualities it represents. Treasure it, polish it, keep it gleaming. The reflection of the badge is one of hope, peace, and security. Respect your badge, and others will too.
Class Sergeant, dismiss this class.
Sir, yes, sir. Class 232, dismiss.